like to welcome you on Saturday afternoon here on WLNG. We have our very special guest in the studio, the Honorable Asot Michael, Minister of Tourism, Economic Development, Investment and Energy, Antigua and Barbuda. And Minister, it is nice to see you today, and we welcome you to the Hamptons there from a very nice island nation there, Antigua and Barbuda, and just welcome. Glad to see you.
Oh, good afternoon. It's an incredible honor to be here on your radio station here in the Hamptons. Right. And I would like to say a very, very sunny good afternoon to everyone.
Right.
And also those in Antigua and Barbuda who are listening.
Right. They're listening, and they can see on our webcam, too. And I think in Antigua and Barbuda, the sun shines just about every day of the year. You got great weather there, 80 degrees or so, the year-round temperature, right, Minister?
Beautiful, and it's not humid at all.
Yeah.
365 beautiful white sandy beaches.
That's right. You can stay the whole year and go to a beach a day, and you'll be really great.
One for every single day of the year.
So let's talk about the Antigua Barbuda Hamptons Challenge a little bit, and how this came about, and I guess Rob Roden's going to talk a little bit about that for us. And
Sure. Mr. Rob Roden is here. Let me also introduce Mr. Colin James. He's the CEO of the Antigua and Barbuda Tourism Authority.
Okay.
And good afternoon to you, sir.
Okay, good afternoon, guys. It's great for us to be here in the Hamptons. We are really trying to twin Sag Harbor and English Harbor because, as you know, sailing is in our DNA in Antigua and Barbuda. We're known as the sailing mecca of the Caribbean. And so we decided to put on an event where we would sponsor a race here in Sag Harbor, and the winner of that race would come down to Antigua and Barbuda in for our sailing week and race in our sailing week. So you could experience sailing in the summer here in the Hamptons, and then in the winter time come down and sail in Antigua and Barbuda. And Rob Roden, the publisher of the Captain's Guide, has been organizing that event for us here in the Hamptons, and it's been great so far.
Well, that sailing week at Antigua Barbuda is very important. Started back in 1967. I guess some people wanted to kind of extend your season down there and came up with this idea, have a little bit of fun with sailing. I guess they were hotelers, and all these years later, it's quite a national event. It's quite an event people look forward to every year.
Indeed, as Mr. James just said, sailing is intrinsic in our DNA as a culture, and we have a long and historic connection to sailing with a pedigree that few can boast, dating back, as you just said, to 1967, and the building of the Nelson's Dockyard. It is Britain's best colonial Caribbean legacy that has been acting as a safe haven for yachts and sailing crews for more than 200 years. And in fact, it was recently named as the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we are indeed the mecca of sailing in the Caribbean.
Right, and we always have nice winds and nice weather down there, and I think it's challenging too, that sailing week, isn't it, gentlemen?
Yeah, it is challenging. I think it's one thing that we can depend on is the weather that will cooperate with great trade winds that really give us, a great opportunity for sailing. And so we're here to promote that. We're here to encourage the sailors in the Hamptons who are looking for a great place to vacation and a great place to enjoy the sport to come on down to Antigua and Barbuda for our sailing week.
Right, and once you're there, you got wonderful accommodations, great restaurants and hotels and places to stay, and people really enjoy, and they go back a lot of times to Antigua and Barbuda for sure.
Some of the best hotels that we have, and we have beautiful fine dining, we have lovely people, very warm, beautiful people that are very passionate about the islands, and there's something for every single discerning visitor to do in Antigua and Barbuda.
Right, and of course year-round people can visit. You got great weather year-round, and there's something to do just about every season of the year there in Antigua and Barbuda, so very affordable, and people enjoy from time to time coming back again.
And just to get back to our sailing week, you don't have to be a sailor, however, to enjoy the festivities of the Antigua Sailing Week, because the races are followed by many non-competing chasers of the boats that they tag along behind of the boats, and they follow the action up very, very close. And additionally, there's a fantastic lookout points all around the island, the famous Shirley's Heights, where you can see all of the boats racing. It's really spectacular.
Absolutely, and the crew who is going to win the Hamptons Challenge, which will be a little bit later on today, is really going to look forward to a nice week in Antigua and Barbuda, and everything's furnished for them, so it's quite a prize.
Yes, indeed, and I just want Mr. Roden just to share a little overview of why the Antigua and Barbuda Hamptons Challenge. It really allows us to share just a little bit of that energy, the passion, the excitement with the local sailing community here in the U.S. And we really hope that boat sailors and those attending the awards ceremony this evening, they'll be inspired to come and discover the magic, the beauty of our sailing firsthand. And we are incredibly excited to provide one lucky coup, Mr. Woden, to do this in next year's sailing week. Am I correct?
Yes. One thing we should mention, Gary, is that it's the biggest and largest amateur sailing prize on the whole East Coast. No one has a prize like Antigua is giving out. It's a trip for captain and crew of 5, total of 6 people, all expenses paid to Antigua, thanks to the Antigua Tourism, and it includes airfare, hotel, and a boat to race in the 51st Antigua Sailing Week. And Antigua Sailing Week is world-renowned. It brings the very best sailors around the world to Antigua. But it's important to realize Antigua has, besides the best trade winds and best sailors, it is, in my opinion, and I've been coming for 15 years, the best people. And the people make the island. And I always say to people up here, you open your hearts to people in Antigua, and they open their hearts back to you. And just to give you an example, one day my wife was out, and we were at a resort, and we were lost. And somebody took their time to give us directions, and this man said, Antigua tourism is everyone's business. Let me help you out. Where do you find that in our country, where they open themselves up like this? Besides that, the safeness of it. When you're a tourist in Antigua, you feel safe. You can walk the beaches at night like no other place.
Leave your hotel room open. You don't have to lock your hotel room. And in fact, Rob, sorry to interrupt, but we are voted as the second safest and most secure destination in the entire Caribbean.
Now, as you know, I'm a sailing enthusiast as well as an historian. And when you step into Nelson State Park, for example, and where we stay is the Copper and Lumber, it's one of the most, you step back into time. It's one of the most quaint hotels, and everybody greets you. They know your name, and they welcome you like your family. So I went to the minister and I said, we should do something, and he was gracious enough to say yes. So that's why we put on the Antigua Barbuda Hampton Challenge sailboat race to compete with our local sailors, to have the opportunity to sail and to be amongst the greatest sailors in the world.
All right, and of course, Sailing Week is starting April 28th through May the 4th, and it's a very important week for Antigua and Barbuda, Minister. And, just a lot of people are involved with it, and it's just very important to the country.
Extremely important. In fact, this year we celebrated our 50th anniversary of Sailing Week. But as you said, Sailing Week is really synonymous with Antigua and Barbuda for a wonderful destination. We can truly say that the same for Antigua Sailing Week. Yes, it contributes to our economy, and it contributes a lot to the economy. Yes, it's a premier world event that attracts thousands of visitors each year. I mean, we have had Larry Ellison, we have had Bill Gates, all of these people come down for Sailing Week. But Sailing Week really and truly raises the profile of our country, our beautiful islands around the entire world, and allows us to attract even more visitors all year round. So it is those visitors inspired by the media, people like yourself, that we are so gracious to have me here this afternoon, who see the wonderful imagery and they come down and they try the sailing, or they try kite surfing, or just to relax on one of our beautiful 365 pink, beautiful, sandy beaches. But it's also a time for celebration. There are a lot of parties for the people who come to Sailing Week, and they can join in and participate in the non-stop nightly activities. And that's what really, really sets us apart and makes this sporting event so important as a major contributor to our economy and part of who we are in Antigua and Barbuda.
Right, it's the yachting hub for sure, Antigua and Barbuda, and it's kind of where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Caribbean down there. So you got wonderful weather and, as we say, wonderful people.
That's needed for yachting. You can get it in Antigua. In fact, our provisioners and our maintenance folks in Antigua and Barbuda are found all over the world because they're so skilled at their craft, the vanishers of the wooden boats. I actually met Cecil Smith, a guy from Antigua who lives here in the Hamptons and who works at the boatyard, who is, as soon as I heard him speaking and I picked up the Antiguan accent, I decided, and he says, yes, he works in the Hamptons. So we've already exported our skills and our talents and already making that connection to the Hamptons and to Sag Harbor, your yacht club here, which I think is a great opportunity for us to raise the profile of our destination, which is easy to get to from JFK, from Newark, New Jersey, same day direct connections to Antigua and Barbuda. So we are just a few hours away. We have great sailing. You can be guaranteed some wind.
Yeah, right.
You can be guaranteed excellent conditions. And so we encourage everybody in the yachting community in this part of the Hamptons to come on down and experience what we've got to offer.
Absolutely. And I guess, people can go online and take a look and see everything they'd like to see about Antigua and Barbuda.
Oh, definitely. And I just want to say that Antigua and Barbuda offers, apart from sailing, the best vacation experience that can be imagined anywhere in the world. Of course, the best sailing, as we just said, the best resorts and properties. We have the Jumbi Bay Rosewood Hotel, which is a private island. We have the Curtain Bluff. We have the Blue Waters Hotel. We have the Carlisle Bay Resort. Beautiful, beautiful properties. So we have the best beaches. We have the best cuisine and restaurants. And we have the lowest crime rate, as we just said. But above all, we have the best and most friendliest, loving people that you can find anywhere on this planet. And we always maintain that it is our people who help us to make the difference. The friendliness, the love, the warmth of our people. And that's what we will be remembered for. Yes, we have a warm tropical climate, and it's only matched by the warmth and friendliness of our people who are eager to cater to your every single need. So we are proud to offer visitors truly an exceptional experience each and every time they visit.
Well, that's great. And, we're going to find out in a couple of hours who the winner's going to be, who's going to be enjoying Sailing Week coming up at Antigua and Barbuda coming up in April of next year. And we hope you've enjoyed your stay here with us. And any final things you'd like to say, Colin, before we sign off here?
Absolutely. I'd love to say that even though we're renowned for sailing, we're also renowned for romance. For 2 consecutive years now, Antigua and Barbuda has been named the Caribbean's most romantic destination. Right. Our minister was named Caribbean Tourism Minister of the Year for leading the charge and for really doing, a Herculean effort, really, in promoting our beautiful island. So we're happy where things are going. I think we are one of the few islands in places in the world where there's no residency requirement. So you mean you can walk off of a cruise ship or off of a yacht and get married the same day? Yeah, that's great. So we encourage.
To speak a little bit about Barbuda.
Yeah,
sure.
We are 2. You get 2 islands for the price of one.
I know, you're right next to each other. Tell us a little about Barbuda.
Barbuda, 27 miles north of Antigua. Lovely island. It has the largest frigate bird sanctuary anywhere in the Western Hemisphere. You have over 5,000 nesting pairs of frigate birds. That's our national bird. There is Princess Diana Beach, where Princess Diana used to vacation with Prince Harry and back in the day, and that's 17 miles of unbroken pink
and we
sand.
have Mr. Robert De Niro, who is going to be building the Paradise Found project in Barbuda. Mr. Robert De Niro and also Mr. Jamie Packer out of Australia. And they're going to be starting construction of that 250 luxurious 6-star hotel later this year. So you must come down and try it when it's completed in the next 18 months to 24 months.
Absolutely. I like warm weather and nice trade winds, and that's what you have down there in Antigua and Barbuda. Well, Rob, got one more thing.
One thing to mention is the ease of getting to Antigua. Direct flights from New York, a brand new airport, great facilities. JetBlue flies direct in, American Airlines flies direct in, non-stop flights. It's an
United
easy
well,
one.
From
United too?
Yeah.
And United.
Yeah.
So you can just walk into JFK, LaGuardia, and get on a plane, and 4 hours later, you're walking on sandy beaches.
and probably not want to leave. So that's the way it is.
Correct. That's correct. But we really want the sailing community here in the Hamptons, whose sailing season is in the summer, to know all about our destination, Antigua and Barbuda, and that they can experience great sailing also in Antigua and Barbuda during the winter season. And so all year round have a unique opportunity to enjoy the sport that they're so passionate about. That's really the reason why we are here in the Hamptons this weekend. And we are here to ensure that it happens. So I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Mr. Rob Roden for organizing it, also the tourism staff in the New York office. I want to say a big thank you to all of you. And to you, sir, it is my hope that you will come and experience a taste of our culture, a taste of our people, the passion for living, the beauty of the island. I really am inviting you to come down, and to all who's listening. So as we foster lasting relationships, I look forward to experiencing your beautiful town here in the Hamptons. And it's my hope that I'll see you very soon in beautiful Antigua and Barbuda.
Well, thank you very much, Milt. Once you get me there, I'll be on the beach forever. You won't be able to get rid of me, but that's
Sure
okay.
will.
So we really appreciate the Honorable Asat Michael, Minister of Tourism, Economic Development, Investment, and Energy in Antigua and Barbuda. So nice for you to stop by.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And may God bless you. And also, apart from tourism, we also have some great investment opportunities for those who want to do business and invest in Antigua and Barbuda. We have an excellent suite of concessions and attractive packages for those persons who want to invest and do business. We are very friendly business government.
Okay, and we can see everything online, correct?
That's
on the website.
correct. That's www.visitantigua.com.
Thank you, Minister. Rob, thank you. Colin, nice to see you again this year. And we'll see you all next year. We thank Scott for letting us be on the air, and he's going to come back with you very shortly.
And now...